teammates are saying we don't know. His side has clearly said we do know. Okay, and there's bullying involved. There was a voice message left. I'm going to read it to you. You did leave this voice message.
Yes, I did leave this voice message.
And it's, hey, what's up, you half N-word piece of blank. I saw you on Twitter. You've been training 10 weeks. I want to blank in your mouth. I'm going to slap your blank mouth. Going to slap your real mother across the face. Laughter. You're still a rookie. I will kill you. You hear that. Going back to that now, do you look at that and say, I left that for Jonathan Martin?
When I see that voicemail, when I see those words come up across the screen, I'm embarrassed by it. I'm embarrassed by my actions. But what I want people to know is the way Jonathan and the rest of the offensive line and how our teammates, how we communicate, it's vulgar. It's not right. When the words are put in the context, I understand why a lot of eyebrows get raised, but people don't know how John and I communicate to one another.
But there's one thing of saying that. Another thing, with a white man using the N-word.
Well, and that's...
How do you tell America, how do you expect anybody in America to believe you're not a racist?
Right. I'm not a racist. And to judge me by that one word is wrong. In no way, shape, or form is it ever acceptable for me to use that word, even if it's friend to friend, on a voicemail.
How much in today's locker room is it thrown around by African Americans and white players?
It's thrown around a lot. It's a word that I've heard John use a lot. Not saying it's right for when I did it in the voicemail, but there's a lot of colorful words thrown around in the locker room that we don't use in everyday life. The fact of the matter remains, though, that voicemail was left on a private voicemail for my friend, and it was a joke.
Right, wrong, or indifferent, because of all this, you've become the face of bullying in America. Someone thinks of a bully, they think of Richie Incognito.
This isn't an issue about bullying. This is an issue of mine and John's relationship, where I've taken stuff too far, and I didn't know it was hurting him.
Did Jonathan Martin overreact, or Jonathan was hurting that much?
I can't sit here and tell you who overreacted, who did what. I can just sit here and be accountable for my actions. And my actions were coming from a place of love. No matter how bad and how vulgar it sounds, that's how we communicate. That's how our friendship was. And those are the facts, and that's what I'm accountable for.
You're telling me there wasn't any signs going into that?
You know, as the leader, as his best friend on the team, that's what has me miffed. How I missed this. And I never saw it. I never saw it coming.
There's so many subplots in this. How much has come out where you've looked at it and said, that's not even close?
I think the whole thing I've been sitting there saying that's not even close. It sounds terrible. It sounds, when it's on the screen, it sounds like I'm a racist pig. It sounds like I'm a meathead. It sounds a lot of things that it's not. And I wanted to clear the air just by saying I'm a good person.
You've had a very checkered history. Mm-hmm. From way back from college all the way up to recently with last year with the incident in the golf course. You're sitting up here, you're saying, hey, I'm a good guy. It's difficult for, I think, America to grasp that when all they see are the episodes.
Right, no question. And if you go by just all the knucklehead stuff that I've pulled in the past, done in the past, you're sitting in your home and you're thinking, this guy's a loose cannon. This guy's a terrible person. This guy's a racist. When that couldn't be farther from the truth. If I was a racist and I was bullying John Martin, when the press went in there and asked them questions, that locker room would have said, listen, we saw this, we saw that. I'm proud of my guys for having my back and telling the truth. But the fact of the matter is, when John left the team on Monday, we played a game on Thursday. I spoke with John on Friday.
You spoke with him?
I texted with him. I text messages. I just spoke with him through text message. And he texted me and said, I don't blame you guys. I blame some stuff in the locker room. I blame the culture. I blame what was going on around me. And when all this stuff got going and swirling and bullying got attached to it and my name got attached to it, I just texted him as a friend and was like, what's up with this, man? And he said, it's not coming from me. I haven't said anything to anybody. And I'm like, okay.
If these be texts you'd be willing to share?
No question. I'll give you, after this interview, I'll give you my phone, and we'll walk through all these texts.
Okay.
And I will show you the framework of a friendship.
If Jonathan Martin was sitting right here next to you, what would you say to him?
Honestly, I think I'd give him a big hug right now because we've been through so much, and I'd just be like, dude, what's going on? why didn't you come to me? If he were to say, listen, you took it way too far, you hurt me, I would just apologize and explain to him exactly what I explained to you. And I apologize to his family that they took it as malicious, but I never meant it that way.
All right, guys, actually, Richie made good and did give me his phone. I printed it up. How about this?